Now standing in front of you are the three real men who have been recognized by the internet. The first one, the toxin can't penetrate my will. On this day, my mother and my son were both poisoned by food. My mother fainted directly in the living room. My 8-year-old son, with a strong body, wanted to find someone to help. Under surveillance, my son walked a few steps and fell to the ground. The continuation of the toxin spread made him feel that the world was spinning. He sat on the ground and turned around to see his mother, who had fallen to the ground. In the end, he still couldn't help but faint. But at a critical moment, the sound of the car on the side of the road woke him up again. He tried to get up and forced his poisoned body to walk out the door. Even the glass door, which can be easily opened at ordinary times, seemed so heavy at this time. He didn't walk a few steps after pushing the door open. The strong feeling of dizziness made him vomit on the lid of the car. He tried his best to scream for help, until the neighbor's eldest sister heard the sound and came in to check. After making sure that my mother had been rescued successfully, he finally couldn't help but fall down. The will to concentrate can penetrate everything. The second story. The second story is the story of Dung Fung. After the storm, the mountain red suddenly broke out. All the people on the mountain withdrew. But there was an old mother who was trapped alone at the top of the mountain. After the sun under the mountain found out, he didn't care about the persuasion of the people. He drove the pika against the current. The people could only look at him driving the pika at the other end of the mountain. He rushed straight to the top of the mountain. Because his mother was kind, his brother's oil door stepboard was directly hit. At this moment, the internal combustion engine siren and the cry of the baby's birth gradually disappeared. Tens of thousands of parts of the car were constantly making the last cry for his mother. Because his brother knew that his mother wanted him to raise him. How could I abandon him? In the end, his mother was safe. But the pika car was completely destroyed. In the past, the pika could not catch up with him. But the pika that was left behind could save his mother. I love you, Mom. See you tomorrow. The third story. The third story is the story of Zizi Zedil. There was a fire in a tall building abroad. When the young man came downstairs, he was told by the police that his 65-year-old mother was unable to move. She was trapped on the 19th floor and could not escape. In order to reduce unnecessary casualties, the police had already sealed the staircase. But the young man still took a pair of scissors without hesitation, climbed up the balcony along the tall building. The eternal burning rain brings me out of the dust of the mortal world. But unfortunately, the young man broke his hip not long ago. It hasn't fully recovered yet, but he still chose to let the adrenaline take over his body. At this moment, he is like the scene we have been dreaming of. He becomes his own superhero, because they will never let their loved ones leave in front of their eyes. At this moment, he has no control in his heart. He can only urge to save his mother's love. When his body reaches its limit, he will always take you out of the wormhole. After that, the young man accepted the interview and said, I would rather risk my life than let him die in the fire.